Medal final now. Mario Kindelán of Cuba in the blue against Pichai Sayotha of Thailand in the red. Kindelán, the two-time world champion, gold medalist in the Sydney Olympics. He's a charismatic southpaw. He can bring the crowd to its feet.
And take Sayotha off it if he lands properly. The whole program, the whole Cuban program is probably going to surround Kindelán now. He's truly one of the leaders on the team, not only in his work ethic, but in his style and in his skills in the ring as well. And I'll tell you what, based on what the Cubans have done so far here in the tournament, there's going to have to be a complete restructuring that's going on in Cuba, because by their standards, the number of people, they've only put 4 people into the finals. When you consider that at the last World Championships, they won 7 gold medals. So the bar that the Cubans have set for themselves has been greatly underachieved in this World Championship.
Yeah, Cuba suffered a few upsets in Bangkok. Biggest of them, the Olympic and now former world champion Guillermo Rigondeaux lost his first fight to Agassi Mammadov of Azerbaijan. Cubans really identified Rigondeaux as their first ever potential 4-time Olympic gold medalist. He may do it, but losing the world title here would be a bit of a setback. And in this fight, even giving the benefit of the doubt to the home country fighter, as sometimes happened, will not likely be enough for Sayotha. You'd have to think he's overmatched against Kindelán.
Yeah, but Kindelán's not only fighting Sayotha, but he's also fighting the entire crowd. There's not an empty seat in the venue. Look behind you, crowd packed in there to see this matchup between Sayotha and Kindelán. And you know they're out there cheering for Sayotha, obviously, but they're going to get to see the skills of Mario Kindelán.
Sayotha is trying to duplicate the accomplishment of Songjit Youngyohor, who won the flyweight gold here. He beat Jerome Thomas of France soundly to take the gold and is to receive $50,000 US from Thai sports authorities as his reward. Boxing is seen as a road to riches for a lot of fighters, but especially in Thailand, which is not a rich country.
Beautiful southpaw style from Mario Kindelán. I mean, he's textbook. If you're going to teach somebody about boxing, watch the way this guy does it. Watch the way he keeps that front foot in front of his head all the time. Watch the way he stays behind that jab. Watch the way he's able to combine good foot movement with a good solid base when he wants to land power shots. Nice wide stance. Beautiful. He's able to throw shots from any position.
At an 8-7 lead after round 1, he's got the only scoring shot. Well, now there's one for the Thai fighter, Sayotha, early in round number 2, and it's still a 1-point gap. Fast hands by Kindelán.
You've got to know that Sayotha is drawing from the crowd that's there cheering him on to keep the fight this close, because skill for skill, it's hard to see where he's able to stay with 8 punches landed on Kindelán, but skill for skill, Kindelán just has it over him. I mean, he's able to put his shots together. And like I was saying earlier, you know, when he doesn't take a long time resetting either. He gets right back to work. Boom. He sets, lets his hands go, breaks, starts again right away.
We saw Kindelán win the gold in the '99 Pan Am Games in Winnipeg. He beat Canada's Dana Laframboise 2-1 in the final. That's when bouts were being scored a whole lot more conservatively.
Oh, yeah, boy, it was you throw 100 punches in the hopes of getting one. Or actually, they didn't throw any because they were scared to open themselves up or give away one scoring blow, which was almost an insurmountable lead.
Kindelán picking his shots now. He's opened up a 4-point lead.
Beautiful. You see the way he gets his body leaning forward, but watch, if you notice, if we get a wider shot on this, you'll see that his lead foot, even when he bends forward, is way out in front of him, so he can reach his opponent easily without having to step in. Nice wide stance. I love watching Kindelán box. I mean, he's textbook.
He's a cousin of Orestes Kindelán, Cuba's all-time home run leader. Boxing and baseball are the sports of choice in Cuba, so the Kindeláns have got them covered.
Geez, I should have been a Cuban. My chosen sports as well.
A 4-point lead for Mario Kindelán.
Sorry,
Mario Kindelán up by 4 as round 3 begins in this lightweight gold medal final. It's Kindelán in the blue against Pichai Sayotha of Thailand. Sayotha with the crowd on his side, but the skills of Mario Kindelán proving a bit too much for him in the second round, to be sure.
And you know this is the kind of lead that Kindelán adores, boy. Get a little lead, sit on it, and then make the opponent come at you and counterpunch him to death.
3 Cubans fought for gold last week. 2 of them won. Blaney Solis, Kindelán is their last finalist. So the best Cuba can do in these World Championships is 3 gold. And as you mentioned earlier, Coach, that doesn't stack up very well against the 7 they won in Belfast.
Not by their standards. And look what's happening here now. With Sayotha trailing, he's coming out trying to make up the points. He was trailing by 4, and now he's trailing by 6, because the more he comes at Kindelán, the more leather he eats. Look at the combination fast hands of Mario Kindelán. And the lead is now 8.
Kindelán had a fairly easy time advancing to the final against some very good boxers. He beat the silver medalist from the 2001 Worlds, Georgiev of Bulgaria. Then he beat a Korean, and finally he defeated the 2000 World Junior Champion from Hungary to get here.
Oh, good body shot underneath from Kindelán. Right hook again lands from Kindelán.
What a flashy boxer Mario Kindelán is.
And Sayotha's doing his best to try to stay in there with him, but for every one he throws, Kindelán throws 3 back, and there you saw it. That was a perfect example. 1 shot from Sayotha and 3 back from Kindelán.
Couple of good body shots by Kindelán.
Oh.
Sayotha looks none the worse for wear, but Coach, you know those take steam out of fighters.
Oh boy, he's landing. Kindelán's landing hard right hooks against Sayotha. Look at the flurry, everything. I mean, you could probably count on one hand the number of times that Kindelán only throws 1 punch. Everything is in combination. Sayotha trying hard to keep it close, but boy, he's got his work cut out for him in the next round.
24-17 the count at the end of round 3.
Look at that, combinations, everything in combinations. There's 2. There's 2 again. There's 2 again. Everything is in combinations. Nothing is singular. And look, packed house at the National Stadium.
All of them behind Sayotha of Thailand, but Kindelán is simply the better fighter. A 7-point lead for him as the 4th and final round begins.
The referee again taking a long time to make the break. We're seeing a lot of that on the international scene now.
Whatever happens, this will turn out to be a respectable performance by Thai fighters at these championships. They've already got a bronze and a gold that Youngyehor won. We saw him win it last week. And Sayotha will get out of this ring with at least a silver medal.
You just have to watch it. If you want to succeed on the internationals, if for all the Canadian fighters watching who are hoping to gain a berth for Athens next year, if you're watching, this is what you've got to do if you expect to succeed against the big boys. You've got to throw these punches. Now rewind the tapes, watch it again and again and again, and watch how many punches Mario Kindelán throws and how much very little time in between series of punches. Boom, he gets right back to work right away. Resets here, now boom, there's 3 punches, 4 punches, there's 4 more punches. That's the way you've got to throw punches if you expect to succeed.
Don't forget, it was a 7-point lead after 3 rounds. Look at this, an 18-point lead now for Mario Kindelán of Cuba. This is one of the best displays of boxing we've seen at these World Championships.
4 more punches again from Kindelán. 3, 4, 5. Right there, everything, and that's in spaces. There's 2 more, and this is like with 1 second interval between his sets.
Sayotha is a game competitor. He's giving it his best shot, but he is overmatched against Kindelán.
He's just walking into everything. Give him credit for the amount of punches he's taken, and he's still there. And Sayotha not showing any respect towards Kindelán. He's ready to go at it right away. I mean, give the guy credit. Oh, good hard shot. Good chin on this kid. Boy, Kindelán has landed some bombs against this guy.
Kindelán was in complete control at the end of 3 rounds, but he's turned it up a couple of notches now in round number 4. And there's the bell to end it. A 45-27 decision for Mario Kindelán, receiving congratulations from Cuban coach Cervalli Fuentes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's how you win. There you go.
Sayotha no match for Mario Kindelán, who is now a 3-time world champion and a heavy favorite for gold in Greece.
Good performance. And Sayotha, he's got nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, to make it all the way to the final and then lose in such fashion to somebody like Kindelán, boy, there's no shame in that. And I'll tell you what, he took some